Hello there, Jeremy here, and today we're going to talk about my media myth, which is increased meal frequency helps you lose more weight than the standard 3 meals a day. So, we all know that obesity is a growing problem here in America, and people have turned to fad diets, surgeries, and things like that to help them lose more weight. Another proposed solution is to increase your meal frequency because it's said to help you lose more weight. And now this stems from two research studies that were done in the 1960s. One was looking at adults and the other one was looking at school children. What they found was that there is a negative correlation between how many meals individuals ate in a day and their BMI. But we know that correlation does not mean causation exactly. So what do we know about calorie expenditure? Well, it's dependent on four things, right? Resting metabolic rate, dietary-induced thermogenesis, physical activity and exercise, and spontaneous activity. Out of those four things, increased meal frequency was theorized to increase an individual's resting metabolic rate and their dietary-induced thermogenesis. So, with all of that in mind, what we're going to do is take a look at all of the research articles that I found. Each one answers the question in a slightly different way, so I'm going to pour out some information and then we will synthesize it for a conclusion at the end of the video. So we can get a start on this with our first article. Oh, actually, before that, so I have this yes but and no but, okay? Did it answer the question or not? And it has the but because we like buts in research. Hey, it's for research, it's for research. Stay with me. Buts help you come up with follow-up research questions. Did this intervention help? No, but. New research project right there. So we like buts. The first research article, there were two groups. One had 2 meals a day and the other one had 6 meals a day. Now there was no significant difference in weight loss. So go to our handy dandy board here. No, but is there was a composition change. So the people who ate 6 meals a day had an increase in muscle mass and a decrease in fat loss. What's great about this study was that everyone ate the same exact, they had all the same food from Nutrisystem. So they had the same exact hypocaloric diet, they had the same exact macronutrient breakdown. The only difference was when they ate in the day. Was it 2 meals or 6 meals? So again, did it help change the overall weight loss? No, but a composition change. Another interesting find was that the HDL cholesterol was actually higher in the 2 meal frequency a day group, which they didn't explain why they thought this was, but it is important to know. So the second article we'll take a look at, there were 3 groups. One weight loss maintenance group, so they were obese once in their life and had lost 10% of their body weight, and they had maintained that weight loss for at least 5 years. Then there was a normal weight group and an overweight group. So they used 24-hour dietary recalls for all these individuals, and they found that there was, again, a negative correlation between increased meal frequency and BMI. So in this one, we're going to do the yes, but. And I think that the but here would be that they did not take a look at the lifestyle habits or physical activity habits of any of these groups. My assumption would be that if you had lost 10% of your body weight, you did that probably through diet and exercise. And again, they didn't look at this this factor for this study. So we have, was there a change in, is there a change between BMI and meal frequency? Yes, but. So the third study we have, there was no significant weight loss between either group. So we'll have another no, but. In this one, they did not give people like a diet to follow. They did not give them food to eat. They just said, this is how many calories you need to eat. Don't go over that. So my but in this one would be that people could eat essentially whatever they wanted as long as they ate, as long as they didn't break their calorie budget. So their finding was no, but the research design was not bulletproof, I think. So that's my but in that one. The fourth research article we'll take a look at, there was, again, no change in weight lost. So we have a no but. If you're keeping score, it's 3-1. In this research study, they found that the group that ate a higher meal frequency and had about 40% of their calories from protein, again, increased their muscle mass or at least maintained it. Kind of similar to that first one. So we have the no but. There was a body composition change, and the body composition change is huge for certain individuals. So that's a key factor there, a key takeaway from that research. The next one, they had 50,000 subjects that they followed over 7 years. Now, the researchers wanted to take a look at Seventh-day Adventists because they are known to be relatively healthy. That is the researchers' words, not mine. Not that I'm negating it, but what they found was that people who had 1 to 2 meals a day had a lower BMI than everyone else. So in this research article, it's actually, we should probably put no and, because the answer is no, and what they found was the opposite. So people who ate lower meal frequencies had lower BMIs. With that, additionally, people who ate breakfast had lower BMIs than people who did not. So the big takeaway, make sure you eat breakfast. The next study we'll take a look at, there was no significant change in weight loss. If anyone's seen a trend here, it's now 5-1. And maybe an and in this one as well. So they took a look at circadian rhythms in this research study, which is pretty sweet. And they found that late night eatings, or if you ate closer to bedtime, it actually affected your circadian rhythm. If your circadian rhythm is thrown off, that increases your chances for obesity, diabetes, and heart problems. So this one, if you're trying to eat more frequently, you could just be kind of spinning your tires because you're not getting the best sleep all the time. So a key takeaway from that one is don't eat too close to bedtime. The next one we'll take a look at, it was no significant difference in the overall weight lost, so 6-1. And this one, it said that it might be a no and, because what they found was no, there was no significant change. And it's dependent on physical activity. They said that people who had lower BMIs and ate more frequently were more likely to be participating in physical activity. So kind of unsexy answer, just get out and exercise to decrease your BMI. Obviously that goes along with a good diet as well, but none of these other research articles really looked at physical activity. Excuse me. So the next study, no, there was no significant change in the overall weight lost. These people, so I'm going to mark that real quick. These people, they put their subjects in a hyperbolic chamber for 36 hours. They were allowed to eat in there, and again, they had a high meal frequency group and a low meal frequency group. They looked at blood markers mainly. So there was the group who had lower meal frequencies had higher spikes in blood glucose and blood insulin, which I think is important if you have problems with those things, or if you have a disease that you need to keep those things in check. Maybe the eating more frequently would be better for you because you don't have those high rises in glucose and insulin. The other kind of weird thing in this one is that they found that lower meal frequency increased your resting metabolic rate. So contrary to the beginning statement where they thought increased meal frequency would increase your RMR, these guys found that lower meal frequency increased RMR. This was the only study to find that, though, so further research should definitely be done in that aspect. The last one found a positive correlation between increased meal frequency and obesity. So this one, again, would be no and possibly no and, not no but. So the and being um, that if you increase your meal frequency, you're also going to increase your likelihood to be obese. They did 24-hour phone call dietary 24-hour dietary recalls over the phone with these individuals. They found their height, weight, and age, and what they ate. So they took from their height, weight, and age what their estimated calorie intake should be, and compared it to what it actually was. Or I'm sorry, how many calories they ate in a day. And they found that those individuals who ate more were more likely to be obese because they were eating more calories throughout the day. So with that, there are many limitations to a lot of these studies, but as you can see, there's an overwhelming number of them compared to the yes. That the answer is no. It does not help you lose more weight. However, it can change possibly body composition. Further research should probably be done in that aspect, but two of these studies indicated that higher protein diets with increased meal frequency can change your body composition. Along with that, some important takeaways would be that eating too close to bedtime can affect your circadian rhythm, and who doesn't like good sleep? So don't eat too close to bedtime, and if you're trying to lose weight, try eating a diet higher in protein. The final conclusion or synthesis would be that increasing your meal frequency does not increase your resting metabolic rate, your dietary-induced thermogenesis, and will not help you lose more weight than the standard 3 meals. So the unsexy answer is that you should probably just burn more calories than you're consuming. And that's that. So I hope you guys enjoy the video and have a great day.